Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Man, I have a high level of respect for all these pro athletes out here. You know, when you think about the Michael Jordans, the LeBron James, you know, Serena Williams, Venus, you know, and Serena Williams, man, the reason I have so much respect for these kind of athletes is because the level of pressure and intensity that they have to put on themselves to get to that level of stardom, to get to that level of professionalism, because they're not just beating average people, they're beating other professionals. They're outperforming other professionals. And that requires having a Tom Brady too. That requires having a high level. I'm talking about a high level of pressure on yourself. And so a lot of people look at, oh, well, I'm stressed out. Oh, life is just so tough for me. Man, these workouts just so hard. Oh man, it's just so difficult to eat this chicken, broccoli, and rice, or this salmon and eat healthy. Oh, woe is me. It's just too much. It's just beating me up. Guys, do you not realize when you go through that type of stress, that type of pressure, it's actually going to make you better when you go through the pressure of training, getting better at lifting, getting stronger, eating, tracking how much you eat, being disciplined, emotionally disciplined to not eat the junk food, even though you might have a bad day. That's challenging you. That's pressure. You see what I'm saying? Because you know you feel that internal pressure. Ooh, but I want to eat me some Oreos. Ooh, I want me some Ben & Jerry's. Ooh, I want me some pizza right now. I just want me a drink. And you start to feel that pressure build up inside of you because you restraining yourself from doing it. Y'all do know restraint is also a sign of strength when you can restrain yourself from doing something. But if you can't restrain yourself from eating junk food all the time, drinking lemonades and sodas, you're making yourself weaker. You're making yourself weaker, man, because you're not able to discipline yourself with the pressure that you're feeling. That's all it is. It's just something that you've conditioned yourself into. Like, these are habits that you've built years, over the course of years. And so you're disciplining yourself from doing these habits that are not going to lead you in the right direction. And so you have to be willing to go through the same kind of pressure. And it's really not even as much pressure as these pro athletes have to put themselves through, because they have to perform at the highest level. We're not just talking about, lose 15, 20, 30, 50, 100 pounds. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about these folks have to work out every day, like intense, every day. And you talking about burn? You think your little bit of that workout, your muscles burning? Try being an athlete. Then try being a pro athlete. Then try to sustain that high level of performance like a LeBron James. Man, it's intense. Guys, very, very important. And one of the reasons I say this is because it raises our capacity to be able to do more. This is one reason I work out now. Like, the game changes once you start getting in shape. Once you start looking good, feeling good, you all in shape, the game changes. Like, I'm not in the game of, I want to look ripped up, cut up for social. Nah, that ain't me no more. I'm in the game of energy management, stress management, building a higher level of tolerance for more stress. One of the simplest and easiest ways to do that is exercising through self-discipline of not, me being able to restrain myself from eating junk food when I know I want it, but is that junk food going to help me get to that next level? Or is it going to make me feel tired? Is it going to give me brain fog? Is it going to make me feel tired when I wake up the next day? You see what I'm saying? I got to restrain myself from these things. And so that way I can increase my capacity to do more, increase my capacity to be able to show up on these podcasts and give y'all some energy and not just be, all right, guys, I'm going to just share this information with you today. Y'all not just listening for the information. Y'all also listening for my charisma, my energy, the way I talk. You see what I'm saying? That's energy. When you bring energy to the table, that's value. That's value. Think about some of the motivational speakers that you may listen to, or some of the pastors that you may listen to. They bring energy. But you got to be taking care of yourself to have that energy. You got to be willing to put pressure on yourself to restrain yourself from do certain things so that you can have that energy, so you can have that body. But if you always, at every sign of a little bit of stress, a little bit of pressure in your life, you break and crumble, start bitching and moaning, you just start making excuses, you damn right, you go get what you deserve. It don't have to be that way, but we all get what we deserve at the end of the day. You know, I was listening to a clip of Will Smith a couple of days ago, and he was talking about like pressure and things like that. And he said something that really hit home for me, is when you put yourself underneath a certain amount of pressure and you're putting in the reps, you're doing it every day, every week, every month, every year, and you just so much repetition, that pressure allows for you to gain another level of awareness. Like, so people, when they first start, they only have a certain amount of awareness, guys. But when you really put in the reps, you start to notice certain things. Like my coaching clients, they be like, hey coach, man, I know you have me tracking, you made the meal plan fun, but I notice when I eat this food right here, man, I feel really, really good. Man, coach, when I eat this right here, I notice this been zapping my energy, because they've been putting in the reps. A lot of people, they don't put in the reps enough and go through that level of pressure while they put in them reps to be able to be aware of what's going to work for them and aware of what's not going to work for them. Yo, what up? Just wanted to take a quick second to let you know I want to change your life. If you've been listening to the episode and you know that I have what it takes to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and transform your body, and you ready to make them changes in your life, head over to my Instagram @JJacksonOfficial and DM your boy Real Results, and I'll reach out to you and we'll talk about your biggest struggles. We'll talk about the goals that you want to accomplish, and I'll give you some guidance and a game plan on what you need to do next to hit those goals. Again, head over to my Instagram @JJacksonOfficial and DM me the words Real Results, and I'll reach out to you to do what I can to help you. Now let's get back to the episode. That's how them pro athletes, when they be shooting them shots, like old boy that for the Nuggets. I think with the Nuggets, I don't be looking at basketball all the time, but Steph Curry, and he be shooting. He shot so many shots in his lifetime. He's been able to become aware of, oh, when I flick my wrist like this, oh yeah, it's going in. I already know it's going in. I can just shoot it and turn my head. I know it's going in. But a lot of people haven't put in that level of pressure and repetition to get to that point. Same thing with folks who dunk. Same thing with, Serena and Venus Williams. When they hit that ball a certain way, when they squat down, they've just mastered themselves. They mastered the techniques. That comes from putting pressure, an insane amount of pressure underneath yourself. And we're not even talking about you have to be at that level of putting pressure on yourself. You just got to be a little disciplined. You just got to be a little structured. You just got to be a little, I'm going to restrain myself from eating all this bullshit and drinking all this alcohol every single day of the week, having a cheat meal every day. I'm going to restrain myself from doing it. I'm going to have a cheat meal once or twice a week. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're not willing to put that type of stress, pressure on yourself, what they say? Pressure makes diamonds, baby. If you ain't willing to put that pressure on yourself, your ass gonna be a mashed potato. Your ass gonna be a marshmallow, walking around looking all squishy. You don't want that, do you? You don't want that. And so, these are things that you need to do to start raising your capacity. All right? These are things you need to do, guys. Number one, you gotta start lifting weights. This is one of the biggest reasons I lift weights now. It's not just I want to build muscle, I want to be all ripped up. No. I lift weights because it helps me tolerate stress better. Okay? 2, you have to sleep. Guys, if you are not sleeping, you are cutting years off of your life. Sleep is very, very important. You will age yourself rapidly. It will accelerate the process because you're not resting. Your brain needs to rest. Your heart needs to rest. Your immune system, your body needs to rest. If you don't sleep, I know there's times in my life when I don't be sleeping, I get sick. It could be summertime. It could be hot as hell outside. I'll get sick. And so sleep is very important. Another thing, eating well. You have to eat well to feel well. And then lastly, community. Some of y'all, you the lone wolf. You feel like you can do it all by yourself. You feel like you don't need nobody. You feel like the world against your ass. No, it ain't. You just against everybody else. You ain't gotta be you against the world. All it gotta be is when you put yourself in a community of other like-minded people who are excited about the vision that you have, or something similar. For example, inside my community, everybody wants to get healthy and in shape. A lot of people in there have family and kids. And so they're not just doing it just to look good. Oh, I got abs now. No, they doing it so they can be the best role model and best healthy example for their family and the people who love and care about them. You see what I'm saying? And so that raises your capacity because you're just in the presence of. You just being around other folks who want to get in shape. It makes you be like, man, if they checking in and doing their workout, damn, they eating right. Man, let me get my ass up. Damn. I don't want to do it, but since Jay done did it, since John done did it, since Darrell done did it, man, let me get my ass up and go work out, man. Lamisha done checked in and did. She done put her photo of her meal inside the group. Let me get my meals right. Let me go ahead and drop my photo in the group too. That's what happens with community, and it starts to raise your tolerance for pressure. It starts to raise your capacity to be able to do more. When you start sprinting with sprinters, your ass go become a sprinter. If you walking with walkers, your ass go be a walker. I have people on my team now in my company, and I let them know, hey, listen, it's gonna be a little uncomfortable in the beginning because I built all the other people inside of our staff. I've helped them build their capacity to get to this point, and so don't feel uncomfortable. Don't feel bad if you're not there yet, but just know, yeah, we go raise your capacity too, because you go see us making moves. And you go either be like, damn, this ain't for me, and you gonna have to peace out, or you go rise to the occasion, and your ass gonna be a winner too. You gonna be a sprinter too. This is how life work, man. That's why you have what do they call them? Like you have little groups, cliques. This is just life. You have cliques who go golfing. You have cliques who They don't do shit. They just go home, play video games, smoke weed all day. You have cliques who go to the gym and work out. And so you have these different cliques. What is your clique doing? Do you got a broke ass clique? Do you got a clique full of big old ass stomachs? Do you have a clique who getting to the bag, pushing to get to the bag, trying to get in shape, taking care of your family? Or is everybody complaining? Everybody playing the victim. Everybody making excuses. Everybody gossiping. Everybody want to talk shit about the next person that's trying to get ahead. What your clique look like? Because if you ain't clicking with the right folks and you wondering why your life ain't lifing right, that's why. Because your ass is not in the right community. You got to get around people who want to win, people who pushing to win. Every day my ass wake up, I want to win. Every day I do a podcast, I want to win because I want to make the best podcast. Every day I make a post, I want to win. And I'm focused on getting better each time. I look back at the day before, I want to win the next day. I want to make this day better than yesterday. I want to make this week better than last week. I want to make this month better than last month. I want to make this year better than last year. I want to win. If you ain't waking up thinking that way, your ass ain't lifing right. You wondering why you sad, you depressed, you ain't making moves, you're not progressing. You got to start thinking to yourself, what can I do today to win today? And a lot of times that requires putting a little pressure on yourself. Because without that pressure, there is no progress. All right. If you found this podcast helpful, man, be sure to leave a 5-star rating so we can continue to grow the movement, baby. And if you're not already, be sure to hit that follow button so we can grow this movement. We out of here. Let's go. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.